right now. Hey, before you go, let me make the difference you know. Maybe take the evidence you no longer need disappear. 3, 2, 1, ta-da! I wonder where all that stuff goes. Okay, let's get over to the scene of the crime. Vamonos, Apollo, vamonos! Alright, we're there. We're back at the scene of the crime. April 18, QB Manor, Fox Chamber. Detective Fulbright, mind if we search the air duct? Well, since you really are on the side of justice, I suppose I can let you pout. Plus, my own sense of justice has been called into doubt, so... Wonder if he's been like this ever since the trial. Well, this sense of justice has been beaten to a pulp. It'll probably take a while for him to recover. I sort of feel bad for him, but we have work to do. Let's go get the evidence we need! The air duct is the key. We know the Tenmataro impersonator used it to make an escape. After murdering the alderman, the killer left the Fox Chamber through the hallway door. Then, after locking the door from the outside, the killer entered the air duct in the hallway. Finally, the killer dropped the key into the Fox Chamber through the air vent here, then went back to the dock and fled the manor. That's how the illusion of no one entering or leaving the locked room was created. If the killer passed through the air duct, maybe we'll find some evidence there. Yeah, maybe some black feathers or something like that. Well, here's our vent. It's awfully high up. Don't worry, I brought a stepladder. Happy hunting! How nice of her to volunteer me for the job. Whoa, it's pitch black in here. Well, here goes nothing. Spotter. There's a thick layer of dust in here. Dot dot dot. I don't get it. Find anything? Yikes! Apollo, what happened? You're covered in dust! Yeah, dust. Lots and lots of dust. So what did you find? You know how dust collects on something when nobody used it for a long time? Yeah, like Mr. Wright's desk back at the office. Right. You'd think it would be possible to crawl over that sort of dust without leaving a trail? I seriously doubt it. Wait, you're not suggesting... No one's gone through that dock lately? Kinda looks that way. And if it's true, Maritema is going to be fingered as the killer. But if we don't turn this thing right around quickly... Injustice we trust! Ah! Ha 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 ha! Sorry, Mr. Justice, but it seems your justice was not the most just after all. It is my sense of justice that has prevailed. Detective Fulbright sure seems chipper all of a sudden. And I'm back to my old devastated self. Aw, come on now. Where's that never say die spirit? Bring it on, Mr. Lawyer Man. Bring it on. Let me suffer in peace. Ha ha ha! Justice prevails once more. It's not over yet. And besides, kicking someone when they're down is what bad guys do. Oh, are you calling me a bad guy? Me? Bobby Fulbright, champion of justice? Then how about some information on the investigation? We need some help here. Information? What about the investigation? Alright, but I won't have you calling me a bad guy ever again, understood? We did it, Apollo! Peace! Yeah, but how long can we keep this up? The investigation. I can't believe Prosecutor Blackwell would stoop that low. I mean, to pinning the blame on a yokai? He really wants a conviction at all costs. She could give a yokai a run for its money when she's mad. Yes, well, I have him writing a self-reflecting essay as we speak. I doubt that'll teach him anything. Yeah, he'll probably just write dotard 1,000 times. That old yokai business is most likely a ploy to win a conviction. Truth is, Prosecutor Blackwheel believes Jinxie Tenma planted that yokai stuff. Planted it in an effort to protect her father, the real killer. Yeah, right! I'd like to see him prove it! Whoa, calm down, he doesn't have any direct evidence, but we did find this. The staff. It was the base of the cliff just outside Juby Manor. Wait. That isn't the staff Tenma was supposedly carrying, is it? The one and only! Mr. Tenma no doubt tossed it over the cliff when she was alone. No way! Well, what about Prince? Nope. No Prince, but if she was wearing a costume, there wouldn't be any anyway. Well, Prince or no Prince, it's not going to work in our favor. Sounds like the staff might have belonged to the mansion. But if that's the case, then where in the mansion did Tenma Taro get it from? The Amazing Ninetales. Did Prosecutor Blackwheel figure out that the victim was the Amazing Ninetales? He did indeed! He's a sharp one, alright! He figured it out while investigating the municipal merger in the victim's past. The Amazing Ninetales sparked the yokai craze and worked against the merger. And Mayor Damien Tenma is a corrupt politician who murdered a great hero. The Amazing Ninetales fans are so angry they even tried to storm the detention center. I don't blame them. I mean, their favorite masked wrestling hero was murdered. They must have been shocked when they found out what happened. Speaking of which, isn't Jinxie also a fan of the Amazing Ninetales? Wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He would never unmask himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. She spoke with a passion that only a fan could appreciate. We ought to become fans ourselves and go protest in front of the prison. What? No! Did you forget that Mayor Tenma is not only Jinxie's father, but our client? Oh yeah. Oops. You be careful now! You're defending the most hated mayor in all history. I just hope you don't find yourself on the wrong end of a figure 4 leg lock. Maybe I should wear a mask to hide my identity. Are there any other new developments we should know? Now that you mention it, our suspect is suffering partial memory loss, but he did manage to remember something. He did? What did he say? He said he didn't want to speak with us. His exact words, I am under no obligation to speak with you mortals. And other things of that nature. I wonder what Mayor Tenma remembered. Too bad you can't go ask him now, because Prosecutor Blackwheel's busy questioning him. I know, why don't you wait down at the playground with the rest of the kids? Ha ha ha! What now, Apollo? How about regrouping back at the agency? Good idea, we might get some words of wisdom out of Mr. Wright while we're there. Alright, let's move back to the agency. Oh wait, this is the detention center, sorry. April 18, write anything, agency. Maybe I'll go read over some past case. And I'll go do some research on exorcism. Hey, what's with you guys? You seem bummed out. How should I put this? It's like we're at the edge of a cliff and the only way is down.
In other words, business as usual, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. Except this time it's like we're bound and gagged too. Don't forget blindfolded with our ears plugged up.
Oh, and monsters at every turn, huh? Sounds rough.
Hey, Apollo. Oh, and Athena's here too. Mr. Wright! How goes the investigation, Apollo, Athena? I think it's safe to say that things have gotten hairier than before. Really? What happened? Our defense? I was watching the two of you this morning from the gallery. That was one tough day in court, to say the least. I know, I never had to defend a yokai before. That business about the locked room was another major hurdle. Yeah, on top of that, Jinxie was accused of being an accomplice! But at least you figured out how someone could have escaped that locked room. Yeah, well, we just found out that our reasoning might be a tad flawed. Really? Well, that's bad news. How are we going to get out of this one? Well, the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Force a smile? Yeah, my mentor told me that back when I was still learning the trade. She also taught me to return to the basics whenever I got stuck. Return to the basics? That's right. Always believe in your client no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. The basics. Always believe in your client, huh? You and Athena? So, Mr. Wright, how long have you known Athena? Well, I met her during a trip to Europe. Huh? You were in Europe? Why haven't I heard about this before? Yeah, I went there a few times to study the various legal system over there. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I thought you worked as a pianist after you quit practicing law. Well, I did, but an old friend of mine needed help with some legal work from time to time, so... Is he talking about Edgeworth, or is he talking about Francesca? Oh, I guess you were never very far from the courtroom then. It was like fate brought us together! It's thanks to Mr. Wright that I became a lawyer at all! I knew she was a lawyer material from the moment I met her. And I have high hopes for her ability to analyze people's emotions. Aw, it's nothing special. She strokes her hair. Maybe I underestimated that analytical psychology of hers. But it's just I thought that if my special ability could help defend innocent people, then I had to do everything in my power to bring it to the courtroom. That's when I really started hitting the books hard. I'm still amazed she actually became a lawyer. And at the tender age of 18, no less. Wow, that's almost superhuman. Or personal, like she's trying to help somebody she knows. Alright, I'm totally pumped up after talking to you, Mr. Wright. It's like you said, the worst of times are where lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. And don't forget to return to the basics whenever you get stuck. Keep believing in my client. Right. Mr. Wright? Yes? I'm going to go visit our client again. I think that's a good idea. Alright, time to see what's new down at the detention center. Okay, we're already at the detention center. April 18. Detention center's visitors room. Mayor Tenma, we wanted to talk to you about something. Ka-ka! Ka-sha! Yeet! Ka-ka-ka-ka! So, my minions have returned. Polo, he still thinks he's a yokai. I wonder if we'll ever be able to talk to Mayor Tenma again. Ka-ka! Silence, peddler of the legal trade! Free me from these imprisoning walls with great haste! Wow, he's sounding more and more like a real demon with every sentence.
starting to wonder if we should even be helping him with his freedom.
Still, we can't let Meritema stay possessed, you know what I mean?
If we can clear me of these charges, I shall help in whatever manner I may. Now ask of me what you will!
I suppose it's worth a shot. Fetters and tracks. Are those fetters and tracks at the scene of the crime really you're doing?
Indeed! The remnants of the Tenmataro, king of the underworld, they be. The day when I once again dominate the mortal world is at hand!
The prosecution claims the fetter and tracks were planted by Jinxie.
Watch this! I must breach these walls and go defend my little Jinxie at once.
Huh? Meritema, is that you?
Grr!
Well, now, Damien appears
to still reside within this body. But I should have expected as much from a descendant of mine. Be silent now, Damien!
I guess a little thing like demonic possession won't stop a father's love for his daughter. You didn't kill Alderman QB, did you?
I have killed no one. The remnants of my presence have been misconstrued. The murderer is not I. For if I have slain that mortal, raging hellfire would have consumed.
Yikes.
Would have consumed, leaving naught but ash.
Yikes. So you're saying there must have been somebody else there? Come to think of it, the mayor had mentioned that he'd been clubbed with this statue. I'd better ask about this too. What you remembered? Detective Fulbright mentioned that you might have something new to tell me.
Indeed I have. I regurgitated this key about a short while ago.
Okay, so it seems to be a key whose end looks like a GT stick.
Behold! The key to the Forbidden Chamber!
Whoa! Is regurgitation one of your demonic powers too?
Bah! I do not waste my powers on such parlor tricks! Take the key from the killer, did Damien, whereupon he swallowed it. He sought to bar the killer entry to the Forbidden Chamber.
So he wanted to keep it shut tight.
No fingerprint shall you find upon that key.
How do you know that? Wait, is that another one of your demonic powers then?
Foolish mortal! You would have me, Tenmataro, act as some asinine alchemist? But I asked the jailer, and my will as was done quite eagerly, I must add. Caw. Always an honor to serve, you malevolence.
Guess I'm not the only one who he scares the living daylights out of. Can we ask how you use this key? We couldn't find a keyhole anywhere in or around the door.
Ah, curse that infernal door! But if I had known its manner of opening, long ago would I've made my return.
He has a point there. Maybe Jinxie knows something about how the whole thing works. Forbidden Chamber key added to the court record. Key that the mayor took from the killer and swallowed. No fingerprints could be lifted from it. Okay, so let's present some evidence. Like the statue.
What, might I ask, is that?
This statue was found at the scene. Someone hit Mayor Tenma over the head with it. It had been wrapped in a large cloth before the alderman's murder.
Let me see whether Damien knows about such a thing. Yes. Something wrapped in just such a cloth does he recall. A secret gift from Alderman QB, it would seem. He, however, had a chance to see it till now, for the cloth did conceal it.
Maybe the cloth fell off or was removed after the mayor was struck.
Of that Damien does not know.
A secret gift? Interesting. Maybe Jinxie knows something about it. I should question him about the blackmail letter too. Let's see what he says when I show it to him. Yeah, the blackmail letter.
Why, this is that accursed blackmail letter that was sent to Damien.
Apparently, somebody slipped it into the alderman's pocket. We believe someone, probably the killer, stole it from Mayor Tenma's briefcase. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Ka! You have question, do you? Well, very well. Ask away, you mortal.
Blackmail letter. Who placed this in the alderman's pocket?
Very few were they who knew the letter was in Damien's briefcase.
So, whoever knew about the blackmail letter being in the mayor's briefcase, he's a potential suspect in the theft and placement in the alderman's pocket. Oh, could it have been his doing? Mr. Mayor, Mr. Taro, did you just remember something? Indeed I did. There was but one other who knew of that letter, Damien's aide, Florent Lebel.
Full knowledge of that briefcase contents did that aide possess.
Then he may be the blackmailer and the murderer we've been looking for.
This is preposterous! He's the most trusted advisor. He would never betray Damien.
It seems like Mayor Tenma is a bit too trusting of those around him. Still, this is huge. Now we know who might have slipped that blackmail letter into the alderman's pocket. Look out, Florent Lebel! Here comes justice! Let's go find Mr. Lebel and rake him over the coals! Thanks for the help. You've just given us a major lead. Blackmail letter updated in the court record. The threatening letter sent to the mayor, it's highly likely that it was Lebel who took it from the mayor's briefcase. There's something that still bothers me. If Mr. Lebel is the killer, what could have motivated him to open the forbidden chamber? We should probably search it for clues. Only one problem, how do you open a locked door that doesn't have a keyhole? Let's go talk to Jinxie, maybe she can help. Okay, let's move. Let's try Yokai Lane. April 18, Nine Tails Vale, Yokai Lane. Hey, isn't that... Yeah, it's Jinxie. She seems tired and she doesn't have her charm on her forehead. You dare imprison me? Jinxie? She's acting really strange. That loathsome, no-good nine-tailed fox, he shall know the terror that is mine in despair. You shall pay, oh, you shall pay dearly, all of you. Jinxie, are you alright?
Eek! Ah!
Oh, is that you, Mr. Demon Lawyer? Yeah, morning, Jinxie. I got another charm on my forehead. Thank you very much. Morning? It's already past noon? And what am I doing here? Last I remember, I lay down to take a nap back at the manor. Oh no, I must have been the Makura Geishi. Makura Geishi? Ever wake after a restless night's sleep to find your pillow in an unusual place? Or that you've been sleeping on the floor in the hallway? Well, is that yokai's fault? The Makura Geishi preys on people while they're asleep. It sounds like you just need to be tucked in really tight, or maybe a snug sleeping bag. Jinxie, how come you don't have any charms on your forehead? I don't? Oh, they must have fallen off. Without them, evil things can creep into me. I would say we'd have more than adequate demonstration of that just now. I would better reapply them. Yeah, put the X's back on it. Jinxie, there's something we wanted to ask you. There was something I wanted to tell you too. I remember something else. You did? What was it? What you remember? Jinxie, can you tell us what you remembered? Well, after the trial, I remember lots of stuff. But there was one thing I thought was really weird. I'm almost afraid to ask, but here goes. Really? What? It's about the yokai feathers and tracks. They weren't there when I first opened the door. Wait, what? Are you sure? Uh-huh. My memory's crystal clear now. So you're saying they were left at the crime scene after you found it? This could spell major trouble, Apollo. Why? Well, because Jinxie's already accused of leaving the feathers and tracks at the scene. If they weren't there when she discovered the crime scene, it will totally fuel the claim that she fabricated the evidence later on. Ah! Jinxie's fuzzy memory of the whole incident is really working against us. The prosecution will probably say she doesn't even remember planting the evidence. Good luck refuting that! Oh man, this is not good. I sure hope she didn't plant the evidence while she was sleepwalking or something. The Forbidden Chamber. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to know how to open the Forbidden Chamber, would you? That door doesn't even have a keyhole. Well, it's supposed to have a secret mechanism. They say you have to figure it out before the keyhole will appear. A secret mechanism, really? Uh-huh, it's hidden in the Fox Chamber. But only Alderman QB knew what it was and how it worked. The Alderman of Nightingale sure love his secrets. Apollo! Let's go see if we can find that secret mechanism. Whoa, slow down. There's something else I need to ask about. Jinxie, is there only one key to the Forbidden Chamber? Uh-huh. Even the Matter's master key won't open it. That's because it's a very special room that must never be opened. Guess that means nobody entered the Forbidden Chamber after the murder. After all, we know Mayor Tenma took the key from the killer and swallowed it, so... So the mayor's effort to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber was not in vain! Forbidden Chamber key updated in the court record. The key that the mayor took from the killer and swallowed, one of a kind. Okay, let's present something. What can we present? Let's go with everything. What's this? Tsukumogami? Tsukumogami? A yokai that inhabits objects that have been used for a really long time. The Red Demon and Tsukumogami. What a strange combination. Is everything in there some supernatural phenomenon? I saw him, Tenmataro. It nearly scared me to death. Do you see a lot of monster, Jinxie? Uh-huh. In fact, I encountered the Sunekosuri this morning. Sunekosuri? No, I don't know what that one. Tell me about it. It's a mean little beast that trips you by bumping into your shins. I keep tripping all the time because of that pesky little thing. When it gets really bad, I stick Sunekosuri warding charms on my shins. How about investing in some shin guards and watching your step ahead? Ah, that's the amazing Ninetales. He lives in the mountains right outside the village, but he often comes to visit. Really? It doesn't sound very secret or reclusive to me. No, he's not. In fact, he visits the village bathhouse all the time. No way! The amazing Ninetales goes to public bathhouse? Uh-huh, but like a true wrestling legend, he never takes his mask off. He takes bath in his mask? Uh-huh, and he also has a towel that says, "Wrestlers Wanted." If I saw a naked masked guy with a message like that on his towel, I would turn the other way. Wait, Jinxie is a huge fan of the amazing Ninetales. She would probably freak out if I show her this mask without the guy in it. What are you thinking? It would crush her if she could figure out her favorite wrestler is dead. Guess I'll spare her the grief, although she really could use a reality check. Question mark. Okay. Jinxie, I wanted to show you this. Wait, Apollo, you can't show that to her! Having her father arrested was bad enough. Did you say something? Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Never mind. Alderman Cube, he made that statue. It's a token of goodwill. I think it was meant to be for Ninetales and Tenma Town. A token of goodwill? But the two yokais are fighting. Fighting? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, the cup portion is missing. Oh, they're sharing a cup. So yeah, they're making peace. Yeah, an arm. Yeah, I can see it. Like, I see the sleeve of Tenmataro, but the cup is missing. Oh, so the statue broke when they hit the guy with him. And, yeah, the foxtail's left paw is missing as well. This statue... Ah, there it is. Originally depicted the two yokai holding up a cup in celebration. But it sure doesn't look that way now, does it? Maybe it broke when it was used to hit Mayor Tenma on the head. That would explain it. I guess the only two people who knew what it really looked like were the Alderman and I. Now it's just me, but its symbol of goodwill will be forever etched in my mind. Fox and Demon statue updated in the court record. A token of goodwill made in secret. Jinxie is now the only one who knows what the original looks like. 2-page. So, is there anything else we should know about Jinxie? No, that's about it. Oh! She's hiding something. My bracelet is reacting. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to be...
Injustice we trust! Ah!
A ghost!
Ah!
Detective Fulbright, what are you doing here? You just got a charm on your forehead.
I have business with this young lady, if you must know. Prosecutor Blackwell has asked me to question her.
Question me? Sorry, not interested. Oh, are you here to ask about that whole yokai affair?
That's right. Specifically, we want to ask... Ah, but I can't tell you that now, can I? Ha 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 ha!
Oh, come on, please. We're partners in justice, right?
Oh, no. Prosecutor Blackwell specifically told me my questions were of the utmost justice. I will not fall for your lies. In justice we trust.
The Twisted Samurai sure has him on the short leash. So you're not a ghost? Maybe some sort of urban troll, then.
Now, come along, Mr. Ma. To the station with you.
He took her away. Missed my chance to see what she was lying about. Well, at least we found out there's a secret mechanism for opening the chamber. Let's go check it out. I just hope they let us in now. Okay, now we're at the garden. The QB Manor Garden. Oh, fuck. Hey! LaBelle changes hair color. His hair is now blue.
Oh, what an absolutely fabulous scent. I'm so glad I have these carnation imported from England. Nothing but the finest will do. Perhaps I should place one aside for our dearly departed alderman.
Hey, it's Mr. LaBelle. Apollo, let's ask him about you-know-what. Oh yeah, before we search the Fox Chamber, we should ask about the blackmail letter.
Why, if it isn't the mayor's little lawyers, what do you want with me?
Oh, there's something we want to ask. Where's that ringing coming from? His pauldrons are beeping. Yeah, there's no light.
You'll have to excuse me.
Oh, they're cell phones. They're flip phones. So he just opened one. He opened one, he needs to edit it, and he writes things down in his notebook while the other one is still ringing.
You'll have to excuse me. Hello, LaBelle here.
What the? Those things on his shoulders are cell phones?
Yes, about that. You must forgive me. This whole matter with Mayor Tenma has been a complete nightmare.
And Tina, where do you buy clothes like that?
Surprise! This is my own special design. It is the ultimate in functional beauty.
Functional beauty? Are you sure about that? Looks a bit unwieldy to me. Push! Ah! Perfume in my face.
You simply don't have an eye for beauty.
If having an eye for beauty means looking like this guy, I'd rather be blind.
So what do you want with me?
Did you see Tenmataro? Both Jinxie and Mr. Filch said they saw Tenmataro. But what about you, Mr. LaBelle? If you were in the foyer, when did you see... Ah!
Very well, I admit it. That's right, I, Florent LaBelle, saw the demon Tenmataro.
So he did see something. Then why did you lie about not seeing him?
I was simply trying to protect dear little Jinxie.
Protect Jinxie? What do you mean?
Why, don't tell me you haven't heard of that strange little habit of hers.
Which one are we talking about? The one where she planks all their charms?
The one when she wanders around making mischiefs without knowing what she's doing. Rumor has it she's possessed by Tenmataro.
That one's new to me.
Well, there you have it. Anytime you hear about Tenmataro sighting, little Jinxie should be your prime suspect.
Tell us more about that rumor. Rumor about Jinxie? So, what was that about, a rumor about Jinxie?
They say she's possessed. Not all the time, of course. It's suddenly that she starts wandering around things, doing strange things.
Is that so? Although, come to think of it, that loathsome, no good nine-tailed fox, he shall know the terror that is mine in despair. That certainly would explain how she was acting earlier.
Once she even put on a Tenmataro costume and wander around the woods at night.
She did? Cutscene. There's a black tornado that wraps her and then she turns into a Tenmataro. With 5 talons on each fingers. Then she turns into a Tenmataro and flies to the sky, dropping black feathers. Flying towards a purple full moon. Ah, I wish I never asked. Does she remember anything while she's possessed?
Unfortunately, no. She doesn't seem to remember a thing about these episodes.
Memory loss during possession.
Come to think of it, her memory of the murder scene was quite fuzzy. I suppose that, too, was caused by her possession.
Ah, then maybe.
So you do understand. That whole yokai business was entirely of her own making.
Now wait a minute. Although that yokai evidence wasn't there until after she discovered the crime scene. Did she leave those black feathers and strange tracks there herself? Apollo, let's ask Mayor Tenma about Jinxie's episode the next time we talk to him. Alright, we're gonna ask, we're gonna present some stuff. Like the blackmail letter.
What is that?
It's the blackmail letter, but it wasn't sent to Alderman QB. It was sent to Mayor Tenma.
And? Your point being?
Someone took the letter from the mayor's briefcase and then placed it in the alderman's pocket after he was murdered.
Oh, you don't say!
And wouldn't you wouldn't happen to be the one who made the switch, would you? After all, you're the only one who knew that the blackmail letter was in his briefcase. So naturally, you... Ah!
Ah ha ha ha! Perhaps that shot of cologne will make those scales fall from your eyes.
Or my eyes fall from their sockets?
It is possible that you would like to frame me as a potential suspect. What would make you raise such an outrageous allegation in the first place?
Oh, well...
Ah ha ha ha! My only crime is being born as beautiful as you see here. In other words, you have nothing. Now, let me show you what you do with this garbage.
You just get rid of the blackmail letter? Hey, you can't destroy evidence like that.
What do you mean I can't? I just did. Ah ha 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 ha. Feel a little lighter now?
You've just won a one-way trip to the top of my most annoying people ever list, buddy.
Are we done with your silly questions now? I'm a very busy man, you know.
I guess that's it for now. Oh, his cell phone.
Hello, LaBelle speaking. Really? You wish to carry my new product at your store? Oh, but I'm afraid it's my own private brand. It's not available to the public. What? Then I shouldn't advertise it on TV, but I don't understand! As the embodiment of beauty, it is my duty to announce my good looks to the world.
Stop the bus, I'm getting off.
Ah ha ha ha! Everyone wants my exclusive Je suis LaBelle brand products. It's the crown jewel of my collection. Born of my long, relentless pursuit of beauty. But now that it's become so popular, it's been an absolute nightmare.
You don't say.
Well, they can't have it. It's just for me. It's not meant for you peasants.
Peasants?
This is my latest product. I'm calling it Couleur Me LaBelle.
So basically it's like hair color spray. Looks cheap.
A dazzling hair color that you can wash out with just water.
Yeah, I figured. Guess that means you can't sweat.
I have 7 colors in all. You can find out more in my commercial and magazine ads. But you can't buy it. It's just for me.
Yet it's not available to the public. Great sales strategy there, genius.
Come to think of it, Mr. LaBelle, your hair color's changed since last time we met. Ah ha ha ha! The little lady has quite the discerning eye. Here's a little sample. Consider it a gift for one who truly appreciates beauty.
Oh! Apollo, what should I do? Take it! Better take it before you get a face full of cologne.
Good point! Wow, thanks, Mr. LaBelle.
Couleur Me LaBelle added to the court record. Hair color that washes off with water. It's Florent LaBelle's own brand and isn't available to the general public. Okay, let's head over to the Fox Chamber. We still gotta find the secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber. Okay, I guess we're done here for a while. Let's go to the Fox Chamber. April 18, QB Manor, Fox Chamber. Okay, let's find that secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber.
Oh, this is so exciting! I can't wait to see how it works.
But do you really think the killer entered the Forbidden Chamber? We'll just have to open it to find out.
We also should see if there was anything in else the killer could hid in this room. Okay, let's get started. Apurate, Apollo, apurate!
Okay, let's examine the lock. Still no keyhole, huh?
Yeah, and the door won't budge, just like those spiky bangs of yours.
Well, all it takes is some water, but I don't think that would work on the door.
Oh, I know! I'll break it down with a body slam!
Ha ha ha. I seriously doubt you could do that. How do you know if I haven't even tried? No, wait, don't! Ah! As much as you hate losing it, Tina, I think the door would win this match. There's a carving of the nine-tailed fox over the door and statue of him on either side. The way those two statues are glaring, it's like they're guarding the door from us. Come to think of it, there are two foxes on the folding screen as well. Can't be a coincidence, can it? Hey! This statue moves! Don't get carried away now, I mean, who knows? It might trigger a trap. Heh, I can handle it. If a spear comes shooting my way, I'll snatch it out of the air. After all, I have the reflexes of a regular karate kid. I guess if you can catch something that fast out of midair, you can accomplish anything. Still, there might be something to the fact that these fox statue rotates. Maybe there's something around here that shows the position they should be in. Like the folding screen? They're facing away. Away from each other. Two foxes standing back to back are depicted on this elegant folding screen. Could this have something to do with a keyhole? Wait a minute. Two foxes? There are two fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chambers as well. Maybe a keyhole would appear if we do something to this folding screen. But I don't see anything unusual about it. Well, it does have two foxes on it, and there are two fox statues in the front door. Maybe there's a clue somewhere in this room. Let's turn the whole place upside down. She's excited as a kid in a candy store. Oh no, wait, it's the opposite. The folding on the edges of the folding screen, there's half a door. So the folding screen, if we plug both ends together like you would a circle, the two foxes will be facing each other with the door in the middle. Can we rotate the foxes? Oh, we can look behind the folding screen. Nothing much to see on this side. Maybe I should go check the other side. Maybe the killer hid under his table. No. That would be a terrible hiding place. The older man's body would have been right above. Sorry, I had to answer a text. Maybe you're right. Yes, the underside is a bit... Wait! There's something under the table! Let's check it out. Feathers? Oh, it's the cup! Hey, look! There's something down there. Yeah, it's the cup with the broken arms. Looks like a piece of something. Only question is, a piece of what? Oh, I know. It might be a piece of this statue. Remember what Jinxie said? The statue originally depicted two yokai holding up a cup. It was a symbol of goodwill. So this piece broke off and rolled under the table? Yeah, Fox and Demon statue updated in the court record. Well, I can't think of anywhere else to look. You find anything, Apollo? We'll never find the keyhole to the forbidden chamber at this rate. There's something about that folding screen. You know how those foxes statue in front of the forbidden chamber moves? That screen might be a clue as to how we're supposed to position them or something. Hey, I bet you're right. Let's go over that screen with a fine-tooth comb. On closer inspection, I think there's more to the screen that meets the eye. Let's check every last inch of it. I can rotate the folding screen with R thumbstick down, left, and right. And if I spot anything of interest, I can press X to inspect it further. You can also zoom in out with triangle and circle to get a better look. Let's check every last inch of it. Doesn't it look like the picture here has been cut off on both ends? Now that you mention it, looks like there are supposed to be doors on both ends, but they're cut in half. Maybe those doors symbolize the Forbidden Chamber's door. Yeah, definitely feels like something significant, but the question is what? Ah, you see, in the back there are symbols. So you put the key pieces. Look, there's a key symbol here and there are a keyhole symbol in the middle of the folding screen as well. It's a picture of a key. That shape looks awfully familiar. Oh, I know. It's shaped like the Forbidden Chamber's key. We're definitely getting warmer. Okay, let's take an even closer look. What's this? Looks like a keyhole or something. You think it could be the keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber? Wait, what about that key drawn on the end of the screen? You think the two are related? A key and a keyhole? Oh, I got an idea. If we folded the screen up just right, the key and the keyhole should overlap. Hey, I think you're right. Let's give it a try. Yeah. Look, a door. Yeah, and it's open too. The two foxes are now facing each other, so what if we made those foxes statue face each other? Apollo! Let's go check out the two statues. Okay, help me move the two statues so they face each other, just like on the screen. Ah, okay. Now the lock splits open and then we see claws. It was actually claws that were put together that makes it look like a padlock. And now they reveal a keyhole and it would fit with the key that we have right now. A lock to appear. Now we can use that key. Okay, here goes nothing. It worked. Time to see why this chamber is so forbidden. What secret could it hold, I wonder? April 18, QB Manor, Forbidden Chamber. A creak and a thud. These doors need some serious oil. Ah! That was like nails on a chalkboard! Oh, right. Forgot about those super good ears of yours. More feathers. And look, another bottle of Labelle. Color me Labelle. More feathers. Then there's a scroll and a giant statue of Tenmotaro with a staff. He's covered in chains. Here had Tenmotaro, blah blah blah. What does it say? What the heck is that? Oh, I see also staff. They were staffs on presented on the left side, and one of them is missing from the rack. Is that a Tenma statue? But there's something odd about it. Ugh, all I know is I don't like it, but I can't explain why. You okay, Tina? You look kind of pale. You're not scared, are you? What, of this thing? Don't make me laugh. Really? Hey, look. What? What is it? Over there on the left, there's a bunch of staffs on that rack. One of them is missing. It kind of looked like the staff we saw earlier. You mean the one Jinxie said she saw Tenma carrying? Yeah, I bet our Tenma impersonator really did come in here at some point. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's search the place. Okay, let's examine. There's a giant statue. Well. There's a shaft over there. Some sort of air vent. There's a way to go inside the forbidden room without using the door. A stone lantern. Like those Japanese garden lamp? Where's the switch? Lamps like these are lit by fire, not electricity, so there is no switch. Oh, here it is. What? It was in and out of sight. I see Tenmataro's cell has been outfitted with all the amenities of a yokai could want. Hey, there's a bunch of staffs here, and it looks like one's missing. The Tenmataro Jinxie saw must have taken it. I have to agree, this looks like the one Detective Fulbright showed us. Why do you think there are so many here? Maybe they're spares? Tenmataro might be, absent-minded or something? But the fact that he has a spare staffs handy, well, it shows that he's aware of his fault and he's trying to deal with them. Or at least that's my take on it. Maybe this will remind her to deal with her own faults. But I won't hold my breath. What's this? Whatever it is, the packaging is really gaudy. And the fact that there's no dust on it means he hasn't been here very long. Oh, it's hand cream! Let's see what brand it is. Je suis la belle. What the? But then, would that mean Mr. LaBelle was here? I guess so, but why? Well, whoever was dressed up like Tenmataro must have taken a staff from here in the Forbidden Chamber. And that same person probably dropped this hand cream at that time. In other words, the Tenmataro impersonator we're looking for is none other than... Florent LaBelle. This might be a big break for us in court tomorrow. Now all we have to do is get the truth out of Mayor Tenma. Hand cream added to the court record. And it's an item that was recently dropped in the Forbidden Chamber. It bears the Je suis la belle logo. Black feathers. They look exactly like the one in the Fox Chamber. That means the killer must have been in here at some point. The question is, why? Maybe the Tenmataro costume was hidden in here, I mean. If someone carried it through the manor, it would have stuck up like a sore thumb. But when did the killer get here? The mayor snatched the Forbidden Chamber key when the killer left him on the head. That means the killer could have only gotten there before the murder. Wow, this is one tough riddle, alright? Looks like an old scroll, and there's something drawn on it. Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like an old guy. Some sort of monk, maybe? It looks like somebody found gold. A monk? What are you talking about? You know, people that take walks in the mountain as a form of spiritual training. Wouldn't that just be a hiker? The guy in this picture doesn't look like he's doing his for fun, Athena. Oh look, there's some yellow thing strapped to his back. Whoa, it's turning into Tenmataro. Okay, okay. Somebody found a giant golden nugget, and some evil energy came from the gold nugget, and it turned into a demon. So that was probably greed. So, yeah. So Tenmataro is probably greed manifested. And then he's fighting the Ninth Tail. What's this scroll getting at? Is this how Tenmataro was born? Well, whatever it is, it's definitely creepy. Apollo, I think you're just wasting your time here. Whoa, that's one big statue. Must be something like 15 feet tall. And look, this Tenmataro has a staff too. But the Tenmataro in the scroll didn't have one. I wonder why. I feel like this could be significant, but why? Let's take a closer look. First, go around the stable here. Apollo, are you sure that's a good idea? Hey, looks like there's some sort of compartment in the base of the statue. Don't open it! Who knows what might be in there? It's just a big empty compartment. And from all the dust and cobwebs, I'd say it hasn't been opened in a really long time. That's enough, Apollo. Let's shut it in. Wait, there is something in there. Looks like some sort of figure. But it's so dusty, I can't tell what it's supposed to be. So yeah, it's a statue of a yokai, and this is the yokai that washes red beans by the river that keeps people from sleeping. They mentioned it in the last stream. Wonder what it's doing here. Forbidden Chamber figure. A figure has been left inside the Tenmataro statue. A thick layer of dust and dirt suggests it has been there for some time. Forbidden Chamber figure added to the court record. Okay, so let's go to this tomb. Looks like a gravestone or something. It reads, "Here lies Tenmataro, age 80. Here had Tenmataro had been in prison. Cause of death, choked on a chicken bone." Say, ain't so. Besides, that sounds more like an autopsy report than an epitaph, if you ask me. Wait, you're joking around because you're scared. It's your coping mechanism. I'm not scared. Widget says you're scared. Freak out Central, right here, baby. Get it out, Widget! Denial is strong in this one. Oh, look, there's an air vent here too. I guess even forbidden chambers need proper ventilation. But I don't think anyone could reach this one either. Yeah, and there's nothing to stand on around here. I wonder where this vent leads. Well, the Fox Chamber vent didn't branch this way, so... maybe it doesn't have anything to do with this case after all. Guess that's about wraps it up. What now? Should probably talk to some of the witnesses again. You mean like Mr. Filch and Jinxie? Yeah, I really want to ask Mr. Filch about the village superstition and Tenmataro. Sorry, Apollo, nothing's coming to mind, but give me an hour and I'll analyze psych style. I'll get on it right now. No need for that, I was just wondering. Yeah, I was just trying stuff up. Do you think the Tenmataro Jinxie saw was the real killer? It's hard to say at this point. But if that's not our killer, then what was it doing in the manor? Maybe it just wanted to use a bathroom? Huh? I heard the monsters in the closet and under the bed. They're in the bathroom too? No, what I'm saying is the Tamataro Jinx he saw was someone dressed up like a yokai. I mean, there is no such thing as monster in the bathroom, people, on the other hand. Oh, I get it. That was your attempt at a joke. Haha, very funny. For someone so competitive and smart, she sure gets some crazy ideas. I can't believe Alderman QB was the amazing Ninetales. Maybe that's why the killer targeted him. His popularity amongst the anti-merger faction could have been a major obstacle. Yeah, maybe the Alderman felt threatened, and that's why he had to disguise himself. Okay. Looks like this paper doesn't shy away from stories on strange creatures. Really? What does it say? They claim to have produced photos of Gordy in a Kappa water sprite thingy. And just the other day, they got one of Konaki Gigi crying his poor eyes out. Followed by that infamous shot of Tenmataro. I don't know about a Kappa, but I bet the Konaki Gigi is just a shot of someone's grandpa lost and crying up in the mountains. That's not very nice. They should have helped him instead of publishing this picture. What an interesting picture. It looks like a one-on-one monster smackdown. It must have been quite a battle. Which yokai do you think is stronger? Seems to me Tamataro's ability to fly would give him an edge over the nine-tailed fox. But the fox has powerful legs. He would pounce before Tamataro knew it would hit him. He won't be pouncing on anyone after he's dropped from way up in the sky. But the nine-tailed fox is gold-colored. Gold is way better than black, so I'm sure he would win. What do colors have to do with anything? Besides, everyone knows red is the best. Yep, that's your attorney's badge, alright. Its dull, grimy look makes me think of all the courtroom battles you faced so far. I hope mine will look like that someday. Look out, legal world, Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to go. Actually, I just haven't polished it lately. Maybe I should keep that to myself. No one needs to deflate her dreams about how it worked just yet. Okay, so I guess we're done. Let's check. I want to check the... There's 2 page. The statue has traces of blood from the defendant Damien Tema on it. It was apparently wrapped in a large cloth on which the defendant's blood was also found. No fingerprints could be lifted from the cloth. Okay. So now we see the cloth, the statue, and the bowl with the broken arms. So yeah, now we see the cloth has blood on all corners. Like they were tied up on the top, then it broke. But the statue, the bowl isn't bloody at all. It's as if the guy was hit twice. One time it broke the statue, and the other time it drew blood. I've done everything here. Already search. Yeah, nothing to do. Let's leave. Let's check the detention center if no. Juby Manor. The foyer.
It's the curse, the curse, the curse of Tenmataro.
Eek!
You outsiders are ignoring them superstition at our peril. Mind your own business, would you?
He's tackling us. Oh, he took my bracelet again. Youch, what's this all about? What's all this about a curse? Oh, that guy even took Athena Sight's widget. That's why it looks like the widget has been turned off. All right, sorry, I need to get I need to get a snack. I'm getting hungry. Funny thing is, I ate pasta just like not even 2 hours ago, and I'm already hungry. Okay. Okay.
Tenmataro's gonna curse us all unless you stop sticking your nose where it don't belong. Stop the investigation. Listen to what them superstitions say.
Right. Oh, her chest looks naked without her widget around her neck. How about obeying the law before you go obeying the superstition?
Huh?
Hey, what are you doing with widget around your neck? It's mine! You know better than to go around stealing people's stuff like that. The same goes for my bracelet.
Sorry, I promise I won't do it again.
He's gonna lie. He's faking it. Okay, we got it back. He almost kidnapped my sweet little widget. The big jerk.
I'm sorry.
I guess you can't teach an old raccoon dog new tricks. As long as we have him here, I guess we should ask him about what happened. Stealing. I can't believe you did that. It's one thing to steal a pair of shoes, but you still widget? Gah.
Yay! Mercy, mercy! I can't seem to control myself. It's what thieving blood running in my veins.
Thieving blood? What's that supposed to mean?
Glad you asked. The infamous bandit Azuki Kozo was my grandpappy. Take a gander at this.
What exactly am I looking at? Looks like another one of these yokai to me.
It's none other than the Azuki Kozo, robbed from the rich to give to the poor, he did. And he would leave one of these figures at the scene of the crime.
So he probably stole something from the Forbidden Chamber long ago.
What's more, I'm his grandson because he was my grandpappy.
Wow, you don't say.
Thieves' honor, it's the honest truth. The slushing sound of azuki beans scraping together in the dead of night. It's the magical sound of dirty money getting washed clean for giving out to the poor. I'm Azuki Kozo, washer of money, giver outer of wealth reborn.
Forget the money. We should be washing yourself of this nasty habit. Wait a second, this figure looks familiar. Yeah, it looks just like that old dusty figure we found in the Forbidden Chamber. Forbidden Chamber figure updated in the court record. A figure discovered inside the Tenmataro statue. Apparently something a certain thief leaves at the scene of a theft.
Hey! What are you doing with that there figure?
Oh, this? We found it in the Forbidden Chamber. Looks like it's been there practically forever.
Could mean my grandpappy broke into the Forbidden Chamber way back. Hey, that reminds me. He once told me there's treasure there in that there chamber.
Treasure? Forbidden Chamber treasure. What do you know about the treasure in the Forbidden Chamber?
Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there.
There's something amazing in there? Didn't see anything like that, though. Your grandfather didn't, by chance, already steal it, did he?
Seeing how there was one of his figure in there, that just might be. That's Grandpappy for you. Bet he washed that treasure up real good before handing up to the poor.
Oh, of course, because he was so righteous. Tenmataro sighting. In court, you mentioned seeing Tenmataro near the scene of the crime.
Sorry I didn't come clean right away, but their superstitions got the better of me.
The people of Ninetales Vale sure seem like a superstitious bunch. I'm not surprised you wouldn't want to talk about seeing Tenmataro.
Damn right! Them superstitions scares me out of my wits, I tell you. That's why I'm gonna do exactly what they say from now on.
So, you plan on staying here in Ninetales Vale?
Yup, I'm gonna keep living right here and keep with the old ways, just like Grandpappy did. Them superstitions are like a rule book to me.
Wait, so you're saying you actually believe in those old wives' tales?
Ain't you been listening to a word I said?
You're going to do exactly what them superstitions say? Well, I say that's baloney. Let's check their superstitions book. Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Ignoring the superstition will cost you your soul. One way to save it, your immediate departure from the village. Freeing him will bring ruin upon the village. So I'm supposed to prove him with something? Well, somebody took a picture of it.
Take that!
Say, Mr. Lawyer, sir.
Yeah?
I don't have much school learning, but I ain't no dummy. That there ain't got nothing to do with me. But I'd be happy to take it off your hands if you want it.
I don't think so. Let's try that one again. Once again. I heard every word of what you had to say. But I don't believe them for a second. You're going to do exactly what them superstitions say. I say that's baloney. Let's try the rule book.
Take that!
It's clearly written right here, ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it, your immediate departure from the village. So according to this, you shouldn't even be here, let alone talking with us. You said you plan on staying right here in the Ninetales Vale, but if you really believe in the superstition, you would have been long gone by now.
Whoa!
I know you've been lying to me. Time to come clean, Mr. Filch.
Yipes!
Tenmataro sighting. You were lying about believing in the superstition, weren't you?
Sorry, but I didn't have no choice.
So what was the real reason why you couldn't talk about seeing Tenmataro?
It's all that pretty boy's fault, Mr. Rebel, if you know what I mean. He told me not to say a word about seeing Tenmataro. Said that if I did, he would do to me what them superstitions said would happen.
What, steal your soul? So it was Mr. LaBelle who muzzled you? Why would Mr. LaBelle want to scare you into silence?
Mr. LaBelle was trying to protect that little maid gal. It was on account of that old rumor, the one about her getting possessed.
That rumor again. I guess we really do have to talk to Mayor Tenma about the possession rumor. Bomb. Hey, watch it! Village superstition stolen by Phineas Filch.
I'll be taking this back now. Kinda like family to me.
You could have just asked instead of stealing it. Was that all we wanted to ask, Mr. Filch? Yeah, I think that was it. Let's go see Mr. Tenmataro one more time. Just thinking about dealing with that yokai again makes me want to say pass. Alright, so we're done with the book. So let's go to the garden. Yeah, he's still there. Let's present...
Yes? Do you always go around sticking your hand in other people's faces?
Oh no, I just wanted to show you this.
Ah, yes, you do have something in that grimy paw of yours. But I only have eyes for things of beauty. Now, if you would excuse me...
Yes, you only look at stuff that interests him. Okay. Wait, this is our trump card. Better not show it off too soon.
You wanted something?
Oh, no, never mind.
The dazzling hair color that you can wash out with water. Isn't it magnificent?
What if you start to sweat? Won't that wash the color out too?
I assure you, Flora LaBelle, embodiment of beauty, does not sweat.
Then what about rain? Even if you don't sweat, you never know what it might... Ah!
Peasants like you fail to grasp the truth. Rain and other forces of nature draw back in awe of my beauty.
Sure, they're not being repelled back by your narcissism. Jinxie thinks she saw Tenmataro near the scene of the crime.
The little dear is always talking such nonsense. After all, she's always calling you a red demon, is she not? Plus, she has the nerve to call me, of all people, a yokai. She even have a name for me, Baron Powderface. I've never been so insulted.
How could anyone look at him and not think monster?
Now, if she had named me the beautiful Baron Powderface, I could have forgiven her.
Wait, that's your sticking point?
The amazing Ninetales? What's so amazing about him? I mean, my glossies are selling way better than his.
You sell glossies of yourself? Wait, The Amazing Ninetales says glossies have themselves as well.
That's right. I have one for all 7 of my hair colors.
Well, guess that's it. Civilization over.
Just, if you want one, you simply need to ask. You choose your color yourself.
Oh, okay. When they say glossies, it's a gloss picture. And yeah, there's one for every color of him. So yeah, of course there would have been glossies of the Amazing Ninetales. No, thank you.
Yes?
Oh. So there's nothing for him. Let's go to Yokai Lane. No? We can talk to Athena, but... Okay, we can go to the detention center now. Okay. April 18, detention center's visitors room. Lord Tenma, your attorneys are here to see you, your malevolence. Tenma, Tenma, Why are you speaking like that? Oh, Mayor Tenma, you've returned. Yes, well, Jinxie came by earlier to apply a new charm to my head. Oh, just realized, yeah. He's got a new charm. It seems to be suppressing the demon within me. That's a relief. Maybe we'll actually get somewhere this time. So, what can I do for you today? We'd like to ask you about the rumor that Jinxie is possessed. Ugh. She allegedly left the yokai evidence at the scene while under a demon's power. At least that's what the prosecution is going to claim at tomorrow's trial. Tenma ... Huh? Oh, the charm is gone.
Caw! No matches this warding charm for me.
Ah, the charm. Tenmataro's back.
Those foolish mortals, they shall regret blaming the child for my doings.
I blew it. That question brought that yokai back. And he probably won't drop the act until Jinxie's name is cleared either. Rumor about Jinxie. I would like to ask you about something your aide Flora and LaBelle mentioned. Did you know Jinxie is rumored to be possessed? I know none of what you speak. You're not trying to protect Jinxie, are you?
I, Tenmataro, Demon Lord of the Yokai, protect me, immortal. Caw! No affections do I possess for you, race of humans.
Please, we already proved there was a third party disguised as a yokai at the scene. But if you deny that tomorrow, we'll never be able to clear Mayor Tenma's name.
But I have already told you, I know not of what you speak.
I don't think we'll get anything more out of him. It's all over unless we can somehow prove that Jinxie didn't plant that yokai evidence. Hey, Apollo, I think I've got this one. I think I can prove that she didn't do it. Really? Sure. I should be able to use psychology to explain the old possession thing. Knock yourself out then. Wow, Athena's already something. I can really count on her when it counts. The real story. Mayor Tenma, Jinxie isn't possessed. I believe her so-called possession episodes are a form of somnambulism. Somnambulism? You mean sleepwalking? Yes, I believe she's exhibiting a rare form of the disorder. It's usually brought on by repressed stress. Mr. Mayor, didn't her symptoms start soon after she began her job in Ninetales Vale?
When the child visited last, she did speak of her dreading yokai and how they rob her of her sleep each night.
I knew it! That lack of sleep is causing her to enter an unconscious state. And that means she can be trying to protect you, at least not on the conscious level. So, that the Tenma Tower that was spotted at the manor wasn't Jixie?
Sleepwalking, eh?
That would indeed explain the matter. Look! Tenma Taro spirit! It's left the mayor's body! Can you tell us the truth now, Mayor Tenma? Very well. It's the least I could do for a superb exorcist such as you. Feathers and tracks. Mayor Tenma, you didn't leave those feathers and tracks at the scene, did you? I did not. Neither I nor Jinxie have anything to do with that. That was the killer's doing, no doubt. I knew it! You suspect Florent is behind all this? But why? Did he really want Ninetales Vale that badly? Can you think of any reason why? Looking back, he did seem fixated on Tenma Taro for a spell. Oh, could it be? Perhaps he was attempting to release Tenma Taro. That's crazy. Are you saying that yokai is real? Whatever the case, Tenma Taro brings nothing but pain and misfortune. It's as the superstitions warn, you must not gaze upon him nor free him from his prison. But how can people actually believe that? Well, at least we know who's behind this whole Tenma Taro thing now. Yeah, and I think we need to have another nice long chat with Mr. LaBelle.
Your dinner is ready, your malevolence. I'm referring to the Demon King. You may place it right there. The kitchen crew poured their heart and soul into making it. Did they now? Soul happened to be a favorite of mine. Just hold the hearts next time. Caw, 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 caw. Yes, your malevolence, I'll remember that.
How long is he planning to keep us this yokai charade? Well, we already talked to Mr. Finch, and we talked to Mr. Tenma. Why don't we go see Florent LaBelle next, now that we know the truth? He won't be able to claim that the Tenma Tower was Jixie or the mayor anymore. But the real question is, how are we going to get him to admit it was him? April 18, QB Manor, foyer. Okay, now let's practice that again, Filchy, from the top. Okay, so now his hair are purple.
Mr. LaBelle was in the foyer at the time of the crime. And when we, heard the scream, oh, heck, what was the next part again? Hey!
You have the memory capacity of a flea! This is the 13th time, you know! Now, 100 times more and we're done! What on earth are they practicing?
Oh, I ain't cut out for this. Whoopsie daisy.
Ow!
Oh, begging your pardon, Mr. LaBelle, sir. It's just all this practice. Yikes!
Unbelievable! What if you had sullied my outfit with those grubby paws of yours? He's apologizing. Did Filch Belle's wallet just now? So, what do you think they're up to this time, Apollo?
Oh, it's you two! Eavesdropping, are we? Pff, you peasants are so tacky! Well, what do you want with me?
Your confession to being a Tenma Taro imposter would be nice right about now. Taro's true identity. Mr. Filch filled me in on a conversation you two had. And about how you told him not to say a word about seeing Tenmataro.
Filch, you fool! Yipes!
I told you nothing good would come of you running your mouth!
So, why did you want to keep Mr. Filch quiet like that, Mr. LaBelle?
Ah ha ha ha! Why, to protect darling little Jinxie, of course.
But Jinxie was never really possessed. She was sleepwalking. Being asleep at the time, she couldn't have been consciously trying to protect the mare. That also means she couldn't have possibly been Tenmataro.
Interesting. But where are you going with this?
Since you ask so politely, I believe you have a different reason for trying to keep Mr. Filch quiet. That reason would be to deflect doubt away from the one who was really Tenmataro.
Ah ha 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 ha! Now this is getting interesting. Are you insinuating that I'm Tenmataro? So sorry to disappoint, but I'm nothing of the sort. That's right, Mr. LaBelle even told me Tenmataro was a jinx, so ow!
I said...
Yeah, even told me Tenmataro was a jinx, so why would he... ouch!
I said Tenmataro was Jinxie, you fool! Honestly, you have the memory capacity of a flea! Practice it 100 more times!
Yipes!
So, have you been called to testify tomorrow?
Yes, and I'm so looking forward to my courtroom debut. But you'll just have to wait until then. Ah ha 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 ha!
Oh, I'll be waiting with a special piece of evidence I've been saving just for you.
Filchy! Wake up, you lazy bones!
Huh? What? Was I sleeping? Must have been that sweet cologne of yours, Mr. LaBelle. Made me right sleepy, it did.
Oh. Sleeping suggestion cologne.
Well, it's time for your lesson on what to do and say tomorrow. Oh, I'm begging you, not another lesson. I ain't cut out for this thinking and remembering stuff. Ah! Right on the schnozzler.
Keep quiet and do exactly as I say!
No, please, anything but another lesson.
There they go. Missed our chance to get the truth out of him. Yeah, but we'll get the proof we need in court tomorrow, one way or another. All that's left now is that lie Jinxie told. We'd better go clear that up before tomorrow. You think they're not questioning Jinxie? Maybe. Let's see if she's over on the yokai lane shopping for more charms. Yeah. April 18, Ninetales Vale, yokai lane. Yeah, she's dazing. Accursed Ninetail Fox, the time for my grudge has but festered over time. At least vengeance will be mine. Grrr. Grrr. The time for settling the score is nigh.
She must be possessed, sleepwalking again.
Maybe if I speak softly, I won't stall her and get a charm plaster on my forehead. Psst. Jinxie. Huh? Oh, hello, Mr. Demon Lawyer.
Ah, my charms must have fallen off again.
Phew, guess I can avoid a charm slap by toning down my cords of steel.
Are they done questioning you, Jinxie?
Uh-huh, and on the way back, I stopped here to buy a new charm that was just released. Yeah, which one? Oh, the one with the nine-tailed fox and the Tenmataro. It showed them dancing together. Really? Two bitter rivals dancing together? Uh-huh, the charm of rebuilding burnt bridges. Oh, right, for the municipal merger issue. No, it's for the demon lawyer and the insomniac prosecutor. I'll stop you two from fighting like you did in court this morning. We weren't fighting, it was just a spirited debate. What we lawyers... Ah! Charm on my head. No fighting! Charm slapped again. Apollo, if you're done playing around, let's find out what she was lying about. Remove the charm. What do you remember? Jinxie, it seems like you're starting to remember things. You already said the feathers and tracks weren't there when you discovered the crime. If you remember anything else that seems important? Like what? Tell us what you saw that day. Maybe you'll remember something else this time. Eek. Slap! When I opened the door, Papa and Alderman QB were collapsed in the fox chamber. That's when Papa told me to call an ambulance and the police. That's all he said before he passed out in the chair. Aha! I knew it! She's holding something back. Maybe her finger is twitching. That's all. That's all he said. Okay, yeah, the charm was flickering when she says that's all he said, and now it's calmed. So I'm gonna have to make her repeat. Listen again.
Gotcha!
You were very nervous when you said that's all he said, weren't you? I know because I saw your finger moves as if you were going to slap someone with a charm. Listen to me, Jinxie. This is very important. Did Mayor Tenma said anything else to you? It was nothing. He was just talking in his sleep. Talking in his sleep? So you admit that he did say something else? Eek! Oh, the tray broke. How could you tell? Only a demon could have such powers. Okay, what do you remember? Like I said, he was just talking in his sleep. I mean, what else would Papa say something like that? Could you be a little more specific? Before he fainted, he said, "Forgive me, Jinxie, I killed Alderman QB." Oh! He said, what? The mayor actually confessed to the crime? But he didn't mean it. He couldn't possibly have known what he was saying. He was probably possessed, or maybe he was in the middle of a nightmare. Nightmare?
No! This is the nightmare!
This is one statement I wish I've never heard. What in the world are we going to do now? This is a flashback at the Phoenix at the agency. Return to the basics? That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. Right, just believe in my client, even if all I can see ahead is darkness and despair. Jinxie, does Prosecutor Blackquill know about your father's confession? I didn't mention it when he was questioning me. I mean, there's no way Papa's the killer. Why would the mayor confess like that? Could he really have been dreaming or simply delirious? Who knows? But I sure feel like I'm in a living nightmare now. Apollo, what are we going to do about tomorrow's trial? The crime scene was locked tight until Jinxie's arrived and our clients even confess. Not only that, Jinxie has been accused of planting the yokai evidence. Both the mayor and Jinxie are going to prison if we don't do something. I know. Well, let's see here. Our lack of a third party in the locker room is a major problem. Jinxie has testified that when she first opened the door, Alderman QB and Mayor Tenma were the only people she saw in the Fox Chamber. But the real killer must have been hiding in there as well. Considering the room was locked tight, that's the only logical explanation. Our mystery person must have then fled the Fox chamber when it was open. And that's when Jinxie saw what she thought was Tenmataro. But Papa and the alderman were the only people here. I didn't see anyone else. What's going on here? Labelle is extremely pale, but he's far from transparent. So just how did he hide himself at the scene of the crime? Whatever it takes in court tomorrow, Apollo. We have to take down that dirty, rotten Tenmataro Flower Labelle. Right. We'll get him with a legal exorcism. Justice style. To be continued. We're done? Okay.
Do you want to save?
Yes, I want to save. Less than 2 hours. Save complete. Continue to the next chapter. Yes. April 19, 9:30 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. All rise. Court now in session. Day 2.
Court is back in session for the trial of Damien Tenma.
Apollo Justice, defense team leader is ready, Your Honor. Athena Sykes, assistant defender, is ready too, Your Honor. Je suis prêt.
As chipper as ever, I see, and in French no less. And the prosecution?
Chained. Simon Blackwell, ... The hawk tack on his shoulder.
Very well then. By the way, I asked Detective Fulbright to provide sturdier shackles today. There will be no more of your funny business this time, Prosecutor Blackwell.
Blackwell, ...
Now, your opening statement if you would. I believe it's standard procedure for the prosecution to handle it this time.
Looks like the judge is really bringing it today. You probably realize how Blackwell played him. That's one mean game of Simon says. Yeah, his honor has to fight to defend his honor today. Blackwell, ... Your boldness. It's plain to see that you've always dreamed of delivering an epic opening statement.
I have? I don't know if I would say that.
Why, of course you have. I saw it in your eyes, at least, the last time you gave the opening statement. That was the look of the one who yearns deeply for the thrill of an epic opening statement. For decades now, you have been watching opening statement from your bench. They were the crown jewels of the court. The one thing you could not possess.
The crown jewels of the court?
Now, at long last, they are within your grasp. How could you possibly refuse?
Oh, so you don't mind if I do it then?
Oh, I'll make a special exception. Just this once. Here we go again. Yeah, more of Blackwell's mind games.
Well, in that case, I think I might go ahead and make the opening statement myself. In yesterday's session, we learned the shocking truth that the victim, Alderman Rex QB, was the Amazing Ninetales. We also learned that the Amazing Ninetales was a key figure in the yokai craze and anti-merger protest. It was further revealed that upon learning Rex QB's secret identity, Mayor Damien Tenma murdered him. The fact that the crime took place in a tightly locked room was also brought to light, and the only people in that tightly locked room were the defendant and the victim. The defense proposed the existence of a hypothetical third party, but further investigation revealed no proof of a third party who had escaped the room.
Ergo,
we must conclude that the evidence against the defendant is, well, conclusive. Did I say something wrong?
That was quite astonishing. You've truly outdone yourself this time.
Oh, one more thing to boast about to my grandchild.
Well, this was not an unexpected turn of event.
Now then, it seems the prosecution has called a new witness to testify.
The inexplicable yokai evidence left at the scene of the crime. Well, does that not demand some sort of explanation?
The feathers and tracks? Weren't those left by the mayor while he was possessed?
That was but an act to protect his daughter.
Oh, yes, of course. I had suspected as much.
Wait, did he actually believe the mayor's award-winning performance? His daughter was the one who planted the yokai evidence. Ergo, the true identity of the yokai in the manor was the manor's maid, Jinxie Tenma.
Objection!
The prosecution is engaging in mere conjecture. Would you care for some witness testimony then? For I am ready to prove that the little scamp is the one behind the Tenma Taro farce. Witness testimony? I'll bet he means Filch and that creep LaBelle.
Very well then. Bailiff, would you bring in the first witness?
Here's Filch again.
Mr. Filch, you made quite the hasty exit yesterday. See that it doesn't happen again today. I've been known for my hasty retreats since I was a kid. A bit of a trademark of mine. Indeed, you managed to give a total of 5 bailiffs the slip. Unlike those amateurs could ever nab me. Yipes!
Perhaps we should shackle you by the neck. That would keep you in place.
Yipes! No, please, I'm liable to rip my own head off if I start running.
Your statement, now!
Yes, sir, Mr. Blackhead, sir.
He may be in a hasty retreat, but there's no escaping Prosecutor Blackwell. Yeah, Blackwell doesn't strike me as the give-up-easy type.
Now then, Mr. Filch, your testimony, please. Specifically, the true nature of the yokai you saw in the manor shortly after the crime.
The yokai is Jinxie.
Tenmataro's really that little maid gal. Ain't doubt about it. I mean, the Tenmataro I saw was just a little thing about her size. But the little runt had a big old staff. I seen it when she came into the foyer. Betcha she stole it from the forbidden chamber after stumbling on the crime scene. She was gonna use it to wall up me on the account of my fierce reputation. I just know it.
Okay, I think I saw the contradiction right there. It's probably like the thing when he was mentioning the forbidden chamber. Like she couldn't because she didn't have the key, even though she had the master key cannot open the forbidden chamber.
So, Tenmataro was short in nature. And that's because it was Mrs. Jinxie Tenma all along? You betcha. Besides, all the rest of the manor were way taller than her.
Feigning height is but an easy thing. But a big ox like the defendant could never pass for short. What if the Tenmataro impersonator was walking on their knees?
Oh, weren't no knee walking. I seen it myself. Then perhaps that yokai really was Miss Tenma after all.
All monsters are not but tricks, either of the mind or the cheap parlor variety.
So you're saying she created an illusion like one of those magical lie things?
Precisely. Human senses are easily deceived. Take the fellow in the cell next to me. Each night he cries and screams about some ghost he thinks he sees. But in truth, he was simply a janitor.
Oh ho ho! Prosecutor Blackwell just gave up the ghost, literally.
The janitor's deadly complexion and all-white attire are, no doubt, partially to blame. That and the fact that he constantly mutters about taking vengeance for this or that. That actually sounds like a real ghost to me.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
Yokai is Jinxie.
Tenmataro's really that little maid gal, ain't no doubt about it.
Hold it!
Mr. Filch, you and Mr. LaBelle mentioned something about a practice yesterday. Do you deny this so-called lesson was about what you were supposed to say in court?
No, you got it all wrong.
Then could you tell the court exactly what sort of lesson it was?
Oh, it was, what was it again?
And then Black Quill put pressure on him.
Oh, yipes! Oh, now remember, it was math. Math, you know, numbers and stuff.
He's completely under Black Quill's control, too.
Anyway, that Tenmataro, that was that little maid gal, so, what's the difference? I mean, the Tenmataro I saw was just a little thing about her size.
I think you got a good look at how tall the Temataro impersonator was.
You betcha. I got a habit of sizing people up. I can even give you a primer on how to pull it off, all under the table, Natch. I got a knack for figuring out where people's pockets are and how much money they have. I size real good before I relieve them of their valuables.
He just admitted to being a pickpocket right here in court.
Does the witness hold this Tenmataro entered the foyer? Darn right I do.
What happened to the music? What happened to the music? I'm gonna quit and come back. Back to menu. We're cross-examining Filch. Okay, back. No more music. That's weird.